Right. So, Coach, I'm laughing because I think I recall a few years ago when we were at a Christmas tournament, our tournament, Pepsi tournament, playing high, and one of our better players, I believe it was Savannah Bix. Am I correct?
No, it was Emma Doskis.
It was Emma. Okay. All right. So it was Emma Doskis. You know what I'm talking about? Who actually finished like number 39 in the nation with 3 points after her senior year. And so y'all had a shootout, and you had told her, "Hey, I'm from Cargill. We play for bread and meat. If I don't win, I don't eat." And she beat you. So we didn't let you eat that whole day. The whole time they cooking Navajo tacos. They got hot dogs.
Yeah, they got the Navajo burgers. They got the Navajo tacos, and me. We had the shooting contest about 8:30 in the morning, and about 3:30, that stomach was growling. I still hadn't ate. I was hot. I made her go out there and play another game, one that I knew I could win. So I got to eat. I think it was the last Navajo burger left too. So I got to eat, but I had to pretty much go all day without eating. I was hot.
But hey, that's that Cargill ethic. Bread and meat. If you don't win, you don't do what?
You don't eat. That's it.
You didn't get to eat. So, hey, that's good stuff, man. But that's right. Maybe that's why she became 38th in the nation in three-pointers, because you pushed her like that. But that's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
You just keep working on with your kids, man, pushing them like you're doing, and especially my granddaughter. You stay in them, man, and good things are going to happen for you. And already happening, and will continue to happen. That's good stuff. So, just moving right on, man. We got a guest on today that, we want to give a lot of time to, man, because this guy here, man, I obviously, and I don't want to go over it anymore, he's a little older than you, so you haven't known him as long as I have, but I've actually known this young man since he was a little kid, watched him play at all levels, from Pop Warner to high school to college and on. So without further ado, man, we got to bring on Mr. Gregg Turner. How you doing this morning, Greg?
Doing okay, man. Nice to see you guys, man. See, I like what you guys doing here, man.
Hey, we having fun, man.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate you being on for sure.
You know, a couple weeks ago we had Tommy Hernandez on, and we were just talking about how funny it is that the cats from the South Side, man, get to sit around and do things like this and just chop it up. We ain't doing nothing special, but what we would be doing if we sitting in the living room talking right now.
That's right.
And so to have you on here, man, is awesome. And the thing is that it's been long overdue, but with the Flagstaff Sports Foundation, this year you're finally getting inducted into the Flagstaff Sports Hall of Fame. So I personally want to congratulate you on that.
Hey, I want to thank you for that, man, and I appreciate it. Good to be here, chatting with you guys, talking with the young prodigy and the old mentor.
That's the first time I heard it put like that, man. First time I heard it put like that. Usually,
hey, and it won't be the last time. I like that.
I like that.
Young prodigy.
Did he turn out the way you wanted him to, Greg?
Well, he just like your son. Every time we talk to him, when we're right in front of the Cogdale, like you guys said, when we talked, they had real good eye contact. So you knew they were learning things, and they asked the right questions, and that's probably why they're doing what they're doing right now.
Right. And so, who was that person for you coming up on the South Side as a young man?
Oh man, it was so many. I mean, where some of the flag football games started on top of the hill, and and I was pretty much kind of that gym rat, around.
Right.
I don't know if Jimmy Deal. I mean, Jimmy. He ran all that,
Right.
I was the kind of the guy that used to go get the flags ready for you guys, and and he would always organize everything. And I really appreciated that brother, and he kind of took me under his wing and taught me a lot. And along with Jerry Nichols, and there's another athlete that really took me under his wings, and taught me a lot when I was a young athlete. So it was a lot of them that was around, and the Joyces, looking at their work ethic and seeing how they approached it, and Howard Irvin, and I can go on and on. It was just it's tough play around Cogdale, and I was just one of those kids, sitting on the sideline watching.
And I don't know how much you was sitting on the sideline, man, because you was playing baseball, you was playing football, you was playing basketball. I think you were doing a little hockey, right?
Well, I tried to, but you know, that equipment was expensive for mom. So
Yeah.
I know that's right. You know, and I'll say it now, and I said it before that, you know, when you're looking at the athletes that came through Flagstaff, you're without a doubt one of the all-around athletes, one of in the top 10 in my books. You
appreciate that.
know, man, I mean, because I mean, like I said, I was blessed, not just a pleasure. I was blessed to be able to watch you play at all levels and all sports. And there was nothing that you were bad at, you know, to see you at U of A, that number 40. Yeah, I remember the number. Yeah, you know, and I was just proud of y'all, man. I was just really proud of y'all because when I was coming up in Bradley Loans and stuff, they didn't really push college. They didn't really push all that, you know. When I got a job at Southwest, because it was the highest paid job, they was, boy, you made it. You know, so to see you guys and then for Tyrone and them to come, it's special to me. And then for an old dude like me to be able to sit here and chop it up with y'all, man, yo, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg. So as Coach alluded to, you were, you know, a 3+ sport athlete, and today that's kind of a dying breed. What is your take on these kids specializing so early? Do you feel that that's the right way to go nowadays, or should it be more like when you came up and they should dabble in different sports? And if so, until what age, or, you know, just what's your take on that?
Kids are not being kids now. It's pushed towards systems now. It's pushed towards camps, and camps trying to get kids into certain schools, and you know, kids just need to display their talents. You know, at every aspect they can. You know, whether it's baseball, basketball, and football. I mean, I just like to play. You know, I just like to kind of emulate. You know, some of the athletes that I've seen. You know, Luther Stingley in baseball, and the Joyces, and you know, Larry Johnson, your uncle in basketball, and Donnie Joe Hickman, and you know, I just had a lot of examples that you know, that I wanted to kind of be like, and I don't know, we just don't get that anymore. You know, where the kids don't play like you guys alluded to, that they don't have pickup games anymore. You know, just right. You know, I don't even see games of 21 anymore. We used to play that, you know, day in and day out, but right. It's kind of turning towards I don't know, financial leverage, you know, trying to put their kids in one sport and hoping they would succeed in that. But hey, I think you should play in whatever sport you want to play, and kind of display that, you know, at a young age, and not be so specialized towards one sport.
Right. So right. So you brought up a good point, just talking about the financial end, though, because I guess it's a big thing now that even in AAU sports and things like that, and with things being so specialized, you got to have money to even do that now.
Yeah.
Where we've got these teams, coaches taking the team down there, we keep it as minimal as possible, but to play at these facilities like coaches playing at today in Mesa, which my understanding is the biggest sports facility in the United States now, Coach, is that correct?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah,
and so it costs a lot to do that. I know you've done some camps yourself with your UA partners and things like that. How do you get around that? How do you handle that specialization?
Well, I mean, 707 camps are pretty much what you need, you know, when you go into the main season. I mean, you really have to get your knowledge right. I mean, when you're playing at high school, not so much high school, but in college, it's pretty much mental. And you're not mentally ready. I mean, you can get cut, you can lose your job because everybody's there running 4.5s, everybody's running 4.4s. It's all about the mental aspect of it. I mean, when I was in high school, all I had was sky and cloud as a defensive back, you know, and that was just a small package. But when you go to college, you got blitz packages, you have 6 or 7 coverages, you know, man defense, cover 2, it's just so much you have to learn, and make a mistake, hey, you can be set down. You can be set down easily and lose your job, man. So
and so that brings up another point. You gotta get that education, because you can't go into a D1 or something like that.
Yeah.
Without that base.
Right. And that's why, I appreciate, some of the older guys, that, kind of took me under their wing and kind of showed me the knowledge of the game at an early age. I mean, just watching, watching and, like I said, emulating some of the older players and how they handle situations, and when to be aggressive and when not to be aggressive. And in basketball, you can't succeed in basketball if you can't get everywhere on the court. You need to go with the ball. I mean, I see young players that barely know how to dribble. And I appreciate your son teaching these young guys to learn how to dribble so they can get everywhere on the court that they need to be, and get out of trouble. And if you can't do that, then you're gonna have a hard time with with any sport. So I just think they ought to play more and just be happy and just have fun. And not worry about what the parents want or.
That's key.
Yep. And Greg, you were mentioning you can lose your job. Can you talk about the aspect of the difference between a high school athlete when they're competing and then a college athlete? Because in college, it truly is more like a job. And I don't think a lot of people understand or can appreciate what the collegiate athlete goes through on a daily basis when they're playing at that level.
Yeah. Well, high school, you can have natural talent. And I should say in high school, you should lose your position. And if you don't have the, I guess, passion for it in high school to kind of discipline yourself to be mentally sound, it's not going to carry on to college. I mean, you can fake it to try to make it, but eventually, somebody will call you out, and you're going to get, kind of put in your place, because there's somebody out there just as good as you are, that will, kind of show you way, show you that you're not as good as you think you are. But mentally, you can stand out.
So how did you yourself? Because here's the thing, coming from Flagstaff, we've had, like Coach alluded to, we've had a lot of great athletes. But once they got out of Flagstaff and got to a certain level, I don't know if it was Flagstaff mentality to where they weren't ready and they couldn't push through. We had a lot of people just come back home. We had a lot of people just quit when they were at that level. So how did you yourself maintain that mentality to where you could be so successful in your collegiate career and ultimately a professional career?
Yeah, I was fortunate to have a lot of people around me that, that seen my talent and constantly stayed in my ear. Coach, teachers like Coach Overhart and Mr. Joe and, Coach Smith and Coach Gray and Coach Hadley Hicks. I mean, just some people that you don't want to disappoint, and again, passion. If you don't have the passion to play at the next level, you probably will, succumb to, I don't know, whoever you hang around. And I have that question too. All the athletes that came out of Flagstaff, why didn't they go further? Right. Joe Joyce, he could have been a great tight end. I mean, with his size and speed and agility. But I question that too. Why didn't he go to a school or a D1 like Donnie Joe did? That's somebody I looked at, and he kind of kept his nose closed and he kept his circle tight, and he didn't let a lot of outside influences in, and he just pretty much worked out every year and did what he had to do. So I would say. I would say stick to your guns and if you have goals, just go ahead and pursue them, and don't let anything enter your circle of doing that.
Yeah, and one thing that you were saying that I really liked, and I hope that if kids see this, they can understand. There's a difference between wanting to and having a passion for.
Right.
Everybody can say I want to, but if you truly have a passion, you're going to show what you really want, and ultimately that's going to help you down the road.
Right. I mean, when I got to college, I was ready. Whether it was D1 or Big Sky or whatever, I just wanted to play against the best. That's why I went down to the U of A and played in the Pac-10, which is the Pac-12 now.
Well, back to the Pac-10 with UCLA and SC leaving.
Say it again.
I say back to the Pac-10 with USC and UCLA leaving.
Yeah. That's the best right there. You're playing against Marcus Allen, and if that don't get your juices flowing, then nothing will. I mean,
did you play against Marcus Allen?
Marcus Allen, Ronnie Lott, I got them on speed dial right now. They're good friends of mine, and it's good to talk to them now and then, and I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I took that step and kind of went out of my range of what everybody's saying that no, you should go to NAU or get on the field right away, and blah blah blah. But I wanted to play in the Pac-10, and that's what I did. So, and I didn't let anything interfere with that. So, you got to know what you want to do, and just go ahead and do it.
Right. So, I've asked this to Mike Cromer. I've asked this to a couple of people. So, I'm going to ask you. There was probably a 10 or 15-year period where we had you, we had Donnie Joe, we had Stan Gill, we had David Winsley. We had all these guys go D1 out of Brown Homes. Just like in that little short period.
Right.
And before there was really nothing, and after there's been athletes, but not go to the level that you guys went. What was the difference in that little 10 to 15-year period?
Well, maybe opportunities. When I went to Arizona and when I was recruited, there were like 5-year seniors in front of me. That's kind of, you got to do your homework and see who's leaving and who's sophomores, who's juniors, how many juniors you have, how many seniors you have, because you want to get on the field and get exposed by NFL scouts. You want to be, you want to have film that you can show that you can play at the next level. And that's what I did. I did my homework, and I seen that I could get on after a red shirt year, and that's definitely what I did. I started as a sophomore or a freshman red shirt, and off and on I lost my position through injuries and came back. You know how it goes. So you have to stick with it and stay the course. And that's all you can do. I mean.
So Greg, tell me this. How did all your preparation through athletics prepare you for life after athletics?
I mean, it's all the same thing. It's all a game, right? I mean, so you're trying to win that interview, you're trying to win that position, you're trying to win that salary. It's all a game. You just got to be prepared for it, and and preparation is a big thing. If you don't know how to prepare for what you want, then you'll never get it. And preparation is education. Like you say, Mr. Cromer, he put me in a lot of camps. I appreciate him, and where I was educated by other coaches, other players that talk to you, and some of my drafting teachers, Mr. Tipton and Mr. Winston, Coach Winston, I believe, not Coach Winston, but teacher Winston. His name he was the teacher. And he told me you'll make a living out of this drafting if you love it like you do. And and look what I'm doing right now.
There you go.
I'm working for an architecture firm, and I'm a project manager now. And 26 years in the game with it. So that's
and it's all about competing. So all about competing.
I'm still winning. So.
Right. So yes, talking about competing, Greg, why won't Coach Johnson go on the golf course with you?
You don't bet any money. You don't bet any money. We play for money, man.
Hey,
I'm losing a lot of my money to Quentin.
Well, I already told him. I say I'll be telling you, let's hit the links up, and the first thing you say is how much money you got. I tell him I ain't at that level yet, so I ain't coming out there.
Hey, I win sometimes, lose sometimes. Now, most of the time, I'm losing to Quentin. Quentin's taking all my money, man.
Oh, can Quentin play?
Quentin Stingley, man, if he'd have picked this game up at 5 or 6 years old, I'd probably be holding his bags right now.
That's all right.
He's good. He's very good.
That's good. Now, I'm gonna ask you the last question. We'll get out of here, but I don't want to tell you, I know you got to get to work. But I know Coach Johnson had the opportunity to play in some summer league with Kobe and things like that. And he talks about how people came and asked Kobe for his autograph, and came to him and asked him for his autograph. And he's like, no, y'all don't want my autograph. How was it with you with that?
My first star, so I was starstruck with Lawrence Taylor, man. I played in a Hall of Fame game. It was a preseason game, and you know how you're stretching out, and you know you see some of your opponents and over there stretching out, and there's number 56, man. So I had to get out of my stretching, and go over there and and give him some dap, man, and just say, man, I appreciate you. You know what you did. Me and my old man, also all we did was talk about you and look at you and look at you play, and all he said was just keep on playing, young man, and hey, you're here. Anything can happen. So that meant the world to me. That meant the world to me, and especially when he said you're here, because somebody can get injured, and you just have to be the next man up, ready, So that kind of didn't happen for me. I got cut, and I went to USFL signed with actually one of my high school heroes, Donnie Joe Hickman. He signed with the Arizona Outlaws too, and my life came full circle, and the league folded, and hey, yeah, that was that.
Yeah, but that's all right, man. You are one of the shining stars of Flagstaff, Arizona, and Brandon Holmes. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And Greg, that was his last thing. But before we let you go, we always try and get a little golden nugget. And so, what advice would you give somebody coming up right now that's trying to make it to the college level, or ultimately trying to follow in your footsteps and have that chance to get a Houston Oilers at the time professional contract?
These months right here, June, July, August, when you prepping for the season coming up, you got to take it serious. I mean, you can't miss any days. I think my motivation was Rocky, watching the movie Rocky, just seeing his perseverance and his hard work. That kind of did a lot for me. Kept me motivated. Just got to take this time serious. A name that comes up is Sanders Hickman. Daddy knows him well. He was in one of his workout moods, and he kind of put me under his wing and showed me how to work out, and I took it to heart, and it's kind of that's where you prep at, the off season. Try to take all you can in. So
right.
Well, that's good stuff, man. We definitely appreciate you today, man. This is just nothing but love for you. You know how me and Chantel go way back like Cadillacs, and I know he's always looked up to you. I've always looked up to you, and so we definitely appreciate you taking the time to join us this morning.
Hey, thank you guys, man. Thank you for having me on.
And I always say, just because you're older than somebody, they can still be your role models. And you two brothers are two role models of mine, even though I'm older than y'all, man. I'm just proud of y'all. And August 26th, 7 o'clock, Twin Arrows Casino, Gregg Turner will be inducted into the Flagstaff Sports Hall of Fame. Come get your tickets, be there so we can celebrate this man because he deserves it. Greg, love you, brother.
All right, man. Love you guys too, man. All right.
All right,
you,
now.
All right.
Appreciate you. Congrats. All right, Coach. Well, here's the thing, man. I know you got to work today, and so I need you to get down there and do what you need to do. I got to get back on the road. I don't know what everybody else got to do today, but I do know one thing. Y'all ain't got to go home.
But you got to leave here. I'm finna go on break. Talk to y'all later.